ABCD!
What you got?
Okay, so there's been a lot of talk where, the Halloween movie's coming out called Halloween Ends. It's supposed to be the final movie, but everybody's like, it is not the final movie. Even the people that created it are literally saying it is not the final film. So the reason why it's called Halloween Ends, nobody really knows because they know it's not the end. So, with that being said, there is also a Friday the 13th reboot. Like we need another Friday the 13th reboot.
Yeah, hold on, stop. If you're going to reboot Friday the 13th, has to be a girl. So not Jason, Jasona Voorhees. And she needs to run around Camp Crystal Lake killing off counselors and stuff who are not woke enough to survive her wrath. And then she goes in, and instead of getting all stabby, she just sits there and whines at them until they kill themselves. So she's not actually guilty of any crimes. She forces everybody to commit suicide.
No, she's a Karen.
Karen Voorhees.
Yes, and instead of killing them, she goes and calls the cops.
I say, no wait, here's an even better idea. We don't do it.
That's, yeah.
No wait, here's another idea. Remember, does anybody remember the first Friday the 13th movie? Who was the killer? Here's a hint. It wasn't Jason Voorhees.
It was the mother.
It was the mom. The mom aborts Jason before he's even born and then spends the next 13 movies running around thinking she's Jason and killing everybody because she feels guilty over killing her, over aborting her Jason. And she only kills women.
Oh, okay.
I would be good with that. Anyway.
Also, they're making a Friday...
Stop. That would actually make a lot of sense because Jason always went after the teenagers who are having sex and stuff.
Oh.
So if Mama Voorhees is a huge, big-time abortion supporter, then she would want to go around killing all the people who are trying to reproduce.
Oh,
that's population control, buddy. There's your remake right there.
And then they're also making a Freddy movie.
That would be George Romero's Friday the 13th. A Freddy movie.
Yep.
Okay, who in Hollywood would play Freddy Krueger right now?
Oh, no. No. Do not replace Robert Englund. You bring Robert Englund back.
No. We're talking about Hollywood, Chris. They have to get a young, hipper, sexier Freddy Krueger. Who would be Frederica Krueger? Who would be Frederica Krueger? Because we got 5 nominations just on The View. Chow. I would be good with Whoopi Goldberg being Frederica Krueger.
Oh, my goodness. This is scary because that's literally what was going through my mind before you even said it. I was picturing the women of The View on there. Oh my goodness.
I'm evil.
Oh, you have gotten into my mind. This one I had to write down because I thought it'd be cool. Mm-hmm. So they are doing a Five Nights at Freddy's live action movie. Okay?
Okay. Go ahead.
But
I'm willing to live with the concept so far. Go ahead and talk me out of it, Chris.
But guess who is in charge of making the animatronics?
Ah, crap. I don't want to guess who. Just break it to me gently.
Jim Henson Creature Company. I think this would probably, other than, I guess you can, I don't know, some people would consider like Dark Crystal to be scary, But this is like what their first full horror movie that they've ever done using Jim Henson puppet.
If Jim Henson were still there, if Frank Oz were still there, the way it is right now under his kid, though, oh, I'll tell you what. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's to me is a one-trick pony. Okay, it's Jump Scare the video game. All right. If Jim Henson's Creature Shop is doing this, this is either going to bury them so deep that they'll never recover, or it's going to completely redeem them and start a new golden age for this company. Okay? It depends on what... The Creature Shop is like the Industrial Light and Magic of physical media. Okay, let me explain that real quick. Industrial Light and Magic is CGI. They are special effects.
Yep.
They're all, rose out of Star Wars, Skywalker Ranch, everything else. All that came out, all of the ILM stuff came out of the Star Wars science fiction background. The Muppets came out of television. They came out of basically vaudeville. Okay, the Muppets are the last refuge of vaudeville acts, because look at Fozzie Bear. That's the most blatant one. Look at Statler and Waldorf. The judges, the critics up in the seats. They're hecklers from vaudeville. The whole thing was based out of vaudeville. What happened with the Muppets shop is that they wound up progressing so far beyond the Muppets. Dinosaurs. You mentioned the Dark Crystal. They have done so much stuff, and quite frankly, they don't know what they're doing with the Muppets right now. So if this means they can actually get their creativity on and can really elevate themselves up to that next level, this could be the resurrection of the Creature Shop. Okay? Which is what Jim Henson would want anyway.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen with this movie because it's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a horror game. Also, not to mention, Five Nights at Freddy has already lost their rep because there was a horror comedy that came out called Willy's Wonderland that had Nicolas Cage, and it was literally a ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you kind of missed your mark.
On the other hand, now don't make me stick up for Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? Because I do think it was the most overhyped video game in the last few years.
I played it once and it's not that scary. It was like, what the heck?
But you got to remember that its roots, this was one guy in his bedroom designing this video game, wasn't it?
Probably, I don't know.
Get that guy to take that guy. Strip everything else away. Take that creator. I can't think of his name right now. Take that creator. Put him together with the Creature Shop. And just have them go to town. Okay? Because the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's has already proven he's got the design chops to make creepy looking puppets, basically. This is Chuck E. Cheese when the lights go out. And the emergency lights come on, and they're all looking at you with that half-lidded look like I could gut you and no one would ever know. That's what Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie, needs to be. I would be curious to see how this turns out. I'm hoping this would be a redemption song for the Creature Shop. I have a feeling it'll be a flame out. But if they play their cards right and they're willing to move beyond that one story beat that Freddy's had and move into, let's say, imagine if Alfred Hitchcock were to make Five Nights at Freddy's. And we're talking about Hitchcock in his heyday, like Psycho, Rear Window, Vertigo, when he could do no wrong. And he had a property like Five Nights at Freddy's. And imagine taking that Stranger Things, Goonies type of vibe to it, where you've got a bunch of kids who get stuck in there at night because they think it's going to be awesome because they love Freddy's. I was about to call it Chuck E. Cheese's. They love Freddy's, so they think it's going to be a fun night. No, those creatures come to life, and they look like Jim Henson's nightmares. Jim Henson's nightmare babies. That's it. That's it. Jim Henson's nightmare babies. That's Five Nights at Freddy's right there. I would actually pay to see that. That I would, and I think his name's Brian Henson. He's the son of Jim Henson, who's in charge. Brian Henson, go make up with Frank Oz and just pick his brains and say, please, you don't have to do anything on screen. You don't have to talk. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But please help me get this organized. And Frank Oz will sit there, buy him a large Italian from a real Italian restaurant, cheese pizza or something like that, like a margherita pizza, and just sit down and talk with him, buy all the beers he wants, and he will sit there and give you so many great ideas. Because Frank Oz, Jim Henson was the soul, Frank Oz was the heart. Frank Oz will not steer you wrong, and for God's sake, Brian, do it before Frank passes, because Frank Oz is like 2 gajillion years old. Him and Mel Brooks. And if you really want to have fun, talk to Mel Brooks while you're at it. Get a few tips from him. Mel would be loved. This would be like The Elephant Man, where Mel Brooks was executive producer but didn't want to put his name on it because everybody would think it was a comedy. But he actually paid to produce that film because he felt the story needed to be told. Mel Brooks, if this were to be Mel Brooks' swan song, Five Nights at Freddy's, done by the Creature Shop.
Wow.
Jim Henson's Nightmare Babies, presented by Mel Brooks. Oh my goodness! I would actually seek out Mel Brooks and give him money just to invest in the movie. That would be a crowd source for the ages, right there. So you actually started that when we were both rolling our eyes, but I'm actually getting a little excited by this. Anyway. So that's all your news stuff. We're an hour. Yes. We've managed to kill an hour just talking about the newsy stuff and ranting and raving. And Disney, you suck. Disney Plus sucks. Hulu Plus sucks. ESPN Plus sucks. And all 3 of them suck. Not even 3 times as hard. 9 times as hard. It's exponential. So we come to that most wonderful part of the show where Chris has nothing to say and I'm out of steam. So Chris, you got anything you want to add on? No, he has nothing to add. I got nothing to add. My heartburn is right up in my throat. Although at least my headache's gone away now because I can't wait to see Jim Henson's Nightmare Babies. That's what I'm going to call this one, Jim Henson's Nightmare Babies, and just see how many people bite the click. The clickbait. Anyway. So.
Oh, wouldn't it be cool if, like, the screen, the thumbnail would be the Muppet Babies, but they're all their eyes are glowing red.
You know what would be really fun? You take the Jim Henson's Muppet Babies and you black out the eyes and start having ants crawling out of their eyes. Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about you.
You should. The worst part is, you're right here next to me. In arm's reach.
Well, we gotta go, folks.
And I still got that letter. Well, I don't have the letter opener, but I do have all the darts here. See, the beloved and I have taken up darts again here recently, and that tip is sharp, buddy. And look, here's a nice pair of scissors, nice and sharp, and a little USB cord that would make a fantastic garrote. But
we gotta go.
No, you gotta go. So until next time, I'm Spike. He was Chris.
Help.
I'll see you next time.
Help.
I'll see you next time on Geekin' Out.
Help.
Ta. Help.